Hello everyone, welcome to Math Academy. Today we are going to start our new math lessons. This is the first video I am going to start today. This is on a topic numbers. So numbers, this is very basic, the first section of the mathematical topic numbers. First of all, we will discuss about numbers, numerals and digits. So what is number? What is a number, or why do we need numbers? The number is an idea in our minds to count or measure something. We start counting or measuring from number 1. For example, 1 pen, 5 pencils or 10 books, 250 papers, etc. These are all numbers. What is the significance of 0? Why do we need 0? In order to understand this, let us discuss a situational question. Suppose how do we count something that was there and is no more? For example, if there were 4 pens in a pencil box, but now suppose there is nothing, so how can we show this? Answer is, we use 0 to show this none or nothing. So the conclusion is 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. are called natural numbers or counting numbers. On the other hand, counting numbers or natural numbers along with 0 form the whole number. Now, what is numeral? A numeral is a symbol or name that stands to express or denote a number. In other words, number is an idea to count or measure something, whereas numeral is its written symbol, which means number, when it is written, numeral is that written symbol. Digit. A digit is a single symbol used to make any numeral. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are the 10 digits used to express the numerals. Let me explain through this picture. Here we can see 275. This is a number. When it is written, this written symbol of the number 275 is the numeral. So this entire 275, when it is written, this is called numeral, and each one of these numerals, 2, 7 and 5, these 3 are all digits. So 2, 7, 5, there are 3 digits in this number 275, and this written symbol of the entire number, the whole number 275, this written symbol is called the numeral. Now, natural numbers and whole numbers. What is natural numbers? Natural numbers or counting numbers are positive integers from 1 to infinity and are always greater than 0. Natural numbers, we should discuss some facts. Natural numbers are counting numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. They consist of only positive integers from 1 to infinity. They exclude fractions, decimals, negative numbers or 0. So in natural numbers we don't consider fractions, decimals or negative numbers and 0. These are not included. Natural numbers are part of real numbers. They are a set of numbers represented by the letter n, and natural numbers are used for counting or calculation purposes. Now, what is whole numbers? All natural numbers plus when we include 0, that is the set of whole numbers. So whole numbers are all the natural numbers along with the number 0. So the natural numbers starting from 1, 2, 3, 4 up to infinity and 0 makes whole numbers. So this is the symbol. Whole numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, natural numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. So all we can say from this picture, all natural numbers are whole numbers but all whole numbers are not natural numbers, because 0 is in whole numbers, 0 is not in natural numbers. That's why all natural numbers are whole numbers, but all whole numbers are not natural numbers. There is another symbolic representation here. So we can see in this number diagram 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, starting from 1 to infinity, this is natural numbers, but if we add 0 also here, starting from 0 up to infinity, this is whole numbers. Now integers. Integers are the whole numbers including 0 and negative values but excluding fractions, which means whole numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. up to infinity, and negative values means -1, -2, -3, -4, but excluding fractions. Fractions are not included in integers. So we can show like this: integers can be negative -1, -2, -3, -4, etc., or positive 1, 2, 3, 4 and 0. So this is the representation. These are all integers: 0, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So but these the fractions are not included in integers. So except fractions, positive numbers, negative positive numbers, negative numbers, and 0, these are all in integers. Next is rational and irrational numbers. What is rational number? Rational numbers are those that can be expressed as the quotient of two integers, are called rational numbers. So in other words, I can say a rational number is a number that can be expressed in the form of p over q, where p and q are integers and q not equal to 0. So any number that can be expressed in this form, p over q, where p and q are integers and q not equal to 0, is a rational number. For example, 1 over 2, 3 over 4, 12 over 18, -3 over 5, 5, 37 over 23. What is irrational numbers? Irrational numbers are those that cannot be expressed as the quotient of two integers. So in other words, we can say numbers which are not rational, those are irrational numbers. So root 2, root 5, cube root of 5, pi, or e, these are all irrational numbers. Now real numbers and imaginary numbers. Real numbers are all the numbers on the number line and include all the rational and irrational numbers. Like this is number line, starting here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the right side, and -1, -2, -3, -4, -5 in the left side. So these are all real numbers. This is negative numbers, these are positive numbers, and the entire thing is real numbers. Real numbers include natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, fractions, rational numbers, and irrational numbers. Now what is imaginary numbers? Imaginary numbers are complex numbers that can be written as real numbers multiplied by the imaginary unit I. The square root of -1, root over -1, is the unit imaginary number, which is defined by its property I square equal to -1. So this is the unit imaginary number, root over -1. When we square it, we get -1. So any numbers, any real number, when it is multiplied by root over -1 or I, that is called imaginary numbers. What is complex numbers? A complex number is a number that can be expressed in the form of a plus ib, where a and b are real numbers and I is the unit imaginary number. Therefore a complex number contains two parts, a real part and an imaginary part. Either part of a complex number can be 0, when the real part is 0, meaning when a equal to 0, the complex number is a purely imaginary number. On the other hand, if the imaginary part is 0, meaning b equal to 0, the complex number becomes a real number, which is still a subset of the complex number. In that sense, the number 0 is also a complex number. This is example 2 plus 5i, 3 minus 2i, or pi plus I root 2. These are all complex number. There is a picture here. So real numbers are these 3.75, 0.333, root over 2 pi, or these are imaginary numbers I, minus 2i, 5i, pi I, and these both sets are within complex numbers. Complex numbers are 2 plus 5i, 3 minus 2i, pi plus I root 2, half plus I 3 over 4. But if the real, as we mentioned here, if the real part is 0, the complex number is a purely imaginary number. So this is purely imaginary and these are real numbers, and both included they make complex numbers. Now there is a glossary here for all numbers. Natural numbers are nothing but counting numbers, example 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Whole numbers are counting numbers including 0, example 0, 1, 2, 3, like this. Integers are natural numbers, their opposites or negatives, and 0. Minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, these are all integers. Rational numbers are integers that can be expressed as the quotient of two integers, example half, 3 over 4, 7 over 8. Irrational numbers are numbers that cannot be expressed as the quotient of two integers, example square root of 2, square root of 5, pi or e, these constants, these are all irrational numbers. Real numbers are all the numbers on the number line and include all the rational and irrational numbers, example 3, 0.75, 0.333, root over 2, pi, these are real numbers. Imaginary numbers are complex numbers that can be written as real numbers multiplied by the imaginary unit I, example I, minus 2i, 5i, pi I. Complex numbers are the set of real numbers and imaginary numbers. Example 2 plus 5i, 3 minus 2i, pi plus I root 2, half plus I 3 over 4. Real numbers are a subset of the complex numbers. So 0 is also by definition a complex number, because we can discuss this in the next page, which is a complete Venn diagram of number set. We will discuss this now. So these are natural numbers n, 1, 2, 3, 4 up to infinity. Then comes whole numbers w, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 up to infinity. So interesting thing is, so natural numbers is a set of whole numbers. Now this is integers z or z. So this is starting from minus infinity to minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3 up to infinity. So these integers again include whole numbers as well as natural numbers, or we can say natural numbers is a set of whole numbers which is a set of integers which is a set of rational numbers q. 2, 3 over 4, minus 3 over 5, 5, 0.6 are some examples of rational numbers. So again, rational numbers q, integers z, whole numbers w, natural numbers n. Natural numbers is a set of whole numbers. Natural numbers is a subset of whole numbers. Whole numbers is a subset of integers. Integers is a subset of rational numbers. Now irrational numbers is separate from these I. These are some examples, and both rational numbers and irrational numbers they consist real number are, which is so we can say real numbers are both rational numbers as well as irrational numbers, and this is purely imaginary number p, I, minus 2i, 5i, pi I, etc. And finally the whole thing is complex number c. So complex number consists of purely imaginary number and real number. Real number consists of irrational numbers and rational numbers. Rational numbers consist of all these: natural numbers, whole numbers, integers. Signed number: positive and negative numbers. Positive number, a number greater than 0, example 1, 2, 5, 12. Negative number, number less than 0, example minus 1, minus 5, minus 7, minus 15. This is the symbolic representation. So these are negative numbers, positive numbers. This is now opposite of a number is very simple. Opposite of a number n is the number which when added to n gives a sum of 0. That means if there is a number 5, opposite of it minus 5, opposite of minus 2 is 2. So simply we are changing the sign. Now absolute value is without the sign. Absolute value of a number n is its magnitude regardless of its algebraic sign. So absolute value of plus 5 is 5, whereas absolute value of minus 5 is also 5. Decimal numbers. If the base value of a number system is 10, then it is called decimal number system. Decimal system uses a base of 10 because it takes 10 units in any place to equal 1 unit in the next higher place. For example, 10 units in the hundreds position equals 1 unit in the thousands position. Decimal, some basic information. Numbers used in everyday life are decimal numbers because they are based on 10 digits: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. These 10 digits are used to express decimal numbers. The word decimal means based on 10. It is from a Latin word decima, which means a tenth part. A decimal may be considered as another way to write a fraction. A decimal is a part of a whole number. It separates whole numbers from parts of a whole. It is less than 1 but more than 0. Decimal number is often used to mean a number that uses a decimal point followed by digits that show a value smaller than 1. Each digit in a decimal number has a place value. The value depends on the position of the digit in that number. Positional number system. A positional number system is one in which the position of a digit determines its value. Each position in a number has a place value equal to the base of the number system raised to the position number. Place value. Place value indicates the location of each digit in a number. To count place value of each digit in a number, we start from the left and go to the right for the decimal part, but we start from the right and go to the left in case of the whole part. The first digit after the decimal represents the tens place. The next digit is the hundredth place. Again, the first digit before the decimal represents unit place. The next digit is the tens place. So this is decimal point. The first digit after decimal on the right side is tens place, hundredth place, thousandth place, whereas on the left side before decimal point this is units place, tens place, hundreds place and thousands place. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe my channel.